welcome back to my channel. I am in beautiful Maui! David and I are here for our 5-year anniversary. The first part of this trip was in LA, so if you have not seen that vlog yet, you can click up here. I have never been to Hawaii before and it is such an incredible place. The people here are so friendly and the food is just off the charts. We really want to try and support as many local vendors as possible, so in this video, I'm going to be showing you everything we eat and drink on this trip. That way you can support some of these businesses too if you're ever in Maui, or you can just live vicariously through this video. Here we go! Our first stop is Kihei Food Oasis, the first of a few food truck parks we'll visit during our time in Maui. I got the garlic ahi from Tie Me Up, but for some reason I expected it to be seared or crusted and more like sashimi. It still tasted great and it was a pretty big portion of fish. David ended up going to the smaller food truck park next door and he got pork belly katsu, Penang curry, and purple lemonade from Happy Belly. This pork belly was insane, and the curry was perfectly creamy and flavorful. The purple lemonade is purple because of the butterfly pea flower and it was so delicious. We left saying we'd definitely be back. First day in Maui done! It's July 5th and our first stop today is breakfast. We're at the Andaz Maui at Wailea Resort, by the way. I'm not going to show breakfast for every day because it was pretty much the same with a few variations, but this was by far the best resort breakfast we've ever had. I loved their pog juice and enjoyed smoked salmon with capers and red onions on an English muffin every morning. After some swimming and reading, we headed over to Tinroof Maui for lunch. We're big Top Chef fans and huge fans of Chef Sheldon Simeon, so we were pumped for this. We got their poke bowl of the day, which was spicy salmon, and it was the best raw salmon I've ever had. It was a huge fresh portion and the seasoning and toppings were perfect. On the way home, we stopped by Akamai Coffee and got a 16-ounce iced road tahana. This was mostly milky and sweet, so not really my style, but it was still good. Cutting to dinner now. We're headed to another food truck park by the Azeka Shopping Center. We hit out Suns Out, Buns Out, which I had heard about online while doing research for our trip. We got the bao bun trio and chose the Little Piggy, Island Piggy, and Crispy Shrimp, as well as the KFC, Korean fried cauliflower of course. Out of the three, Crispy Shrimp was my favorite, super crispy and flavorful, followed by Little Piggy, great pork belly, and then Island Piggy. Overall fine, but the meat was a little dry. I loved the KFC though, it was seasoned super well. We also visited Vidad and grabbed lumpia with mango sticky rice inside, and Vidad's famous Halo Halo Deluxe with coconut and macadamia ice creams. This was excellent lumpia. The skin was so light and thin and crispy, and I loved how warm the sticky rice was inside. Plus, there were big pieces of mango throughout. The Halo Halo was not bad. We definitely had to stir everything up all together to get the intended combined flavor, but there were lots of jellies and fun pieces inside. Tomorrow's our anniversary. It's July 6th, and happy anniversary to us. We started the day with breakfast and snorkeling, then made a reservation at Ferraro's, a restaurant inside the Four Seasons Maui, which is where they shot the first season of White Lotus. We got the seafood Cobb salad and the fiki e prosciutto pizza to share. This seafood Cobb was so good and maybe one of my favorite salads ever. It had, get ready for this, seared ahi, smoked bacon, prawns, lobster salad, 6-minute organic egg, romaine, grilled Maui onion, avocado, cherry tomatoes, and green goddess ranch. We are also obsessed with this pizza. We could tell how freshly it was made, and the only thing we didn't love was the gorgonzola, but that's just personal preference. We did some swimming, and then for dinner, we decided to drive 30 minutes north to eat at Tiffany's, Chef Sheldon's restaurant. Guys, we were treated so well here. It might be because they knew it was our anniversary, and we may or may not have written that we were big Chef Sheldon fans in the hopes that we'd meet him, but regardless, everyone was having a great time in the restaurant, and service was above and beyond. We got the garlic bok choy, which was a gift, and it was local baby bok choy with umami butter and garlic. A hele mai tai, crispy pork belly, which had tomato, onion, pea shoots, and garlic chili vinegar, and miso butterfish, which had misoyaki, togarashi, and green onion. Everything was wonderful. I think the pork belly just needed a side of rice to bring it all together, which I got, so it was great. We also got the Kiawe bean blondie as a gift, and it was so lovely. It had toasted marshmallow cream cheese frosting, which was absolutely to die for. We are so glad we chose Tiffany's for our anniversary dinner. Best anniversary yet. It's July 7th, and we started the day with, you guessed it, breakfast and snorkeling. Then we headed over to Foodland for poke. We read from lots of locals online that they love going to Foodland for quality poke, and I'm so glad we took their recommendations. We got a premium poke bowl with chili garlic crunch ahi and spicy ahi Hawaiian style. I cannot rave about this enough, and if I lived here, which I've seriously looked into, I would order this all the time. We grabbed a medium ice drip coffee with toasted marshmallow syrup and oat milk from Lava Java. Fun flavors, but unfortunately it got kind of watery because the ice melted quickly. We then went back to Kihei Food Oasis, which ended up being one of our favorite food truck parks, to try Bling Bing. We got an individual which serves 2 people and comes with 2 toppings. So we got dragon fruit and egg pudding as our toppings and added ube condensed milk and mochi. Holy wow. We are so obsessed with this and we still think about this from time to time. Everything works so well together and we love the wide variety of unique toppings, including some incredibly fresh fruit. We also never had ube condensed milk before and it was truly amazing. Since we had a late lunch and did some snacking, we left for dinner kind of late and didn't realize so many things would be closed. We went to the food truck marketplace, which is right by the big Costco, and one of the only places that was open was Plantation Plates. We got the Kalua pig and it was great. I was nervous because it looked dry, but it definitely wasn't. And I love the variety of sides, especially the macaroni salad. We weren't ready for the day to end yet, so we drove over to Paia Gelato and got a large, which included 3 flavors. We got Thai lime ginger coconut, cheesecake, and ube. I loved how different and unique these gelato flavors were. See you tomorrow. It's July 8th, and after some breakfast and snorkeling, which, by the way, we've spotted sea turtles every single time, we headed over to the food truck park across from Costco. We stopped at Kahiau's Poke / Kaeo's Grindz and got the fresh poke nachos. Guys, I haven't stopped dreaming about these nachos since we left. It was fresh ahi tuna over nachos that were kind of like wonton crisps and sriracha mayo. This was surprisingly one of my favorite things from the entire trip. I visited Maui Shrimp as well and got their sweet chili mango plate. This had fresh local mango, peppers, sauteed onions caramelized in a sweet chili sauce, and of course, shrimp. It was pretty good and everything felt fresh, but the sauce was a little too much for my personal taste, so I'd probably try something else next time, like a garlic shrimp. On the way back to the resort, we stopped at Kraken Coffee and got an iced 16-ounce pina colada, which had pineapple and coconut flavors. This might have been my favorite coffee in Maui. The flavors were really clear, and it was creamy instead of watery, even though it was an iced drink. We also had to stop at Ululani's Hawaiian shave ice, and we got the ulu size no Oi, which means the best. It had mango, coconut, and passion fruit. We also got it with coconut ice cream and a snow cap, which was sweetened condensed milk. I had to buy a sticker because I loved it so much. All the flavors worked together perfectly, and I loved the coconut ice cream. There were only 2 girls working the stand, and they juggled orders like pros. After a short break at the resort, we went back to Happy Belly for dinner. I knew we'd be back. We bought the fried chicken bao, which came in a set of 2, and udon drunken noodles that we added pork belly to. The fried chicken bao wasn't bad, but I could only have a bite because I saw all the chickens walking around and felt the chicken ick. I absolutely loved the udon drunken noodle because it had the right amount of heat without being abrasively spicy, and I love the pork belly, as you guys know by now. Before ending the day, we went to Surfing Monkey and grabbed even more shave ice. One in Maui, right? We ordered a large, which included 3 flavors, and we got tiger's blood, mango, and passion fruit. I didn't like these syrups as much, if I'm being honest, but I appreciate that the syrups are house recipe. And Kaylee, who was helping us, was super friendly. Tomorrow's our last full day in Maui. So sad, but ready for a great last day. It's July 9th, and after being sad about having this incredible breakfast for the last time, we headed all the way up north to Kaonapali for our last snorkel. Apart from the food, my favorite part of spending time on Maui was the snorkeling. It felt so special to spend time with these beautiful creatures in the ocean every morning, and I think it really healed me in some ways. We got some fresh young coconut after our snorkel, which was on my bucket list. We were helped by a very friendly and efficient man, and this was the perfect snack and drink after a few hours of snorkeling. Buying authentic fresh young coconut from a local was on my list of must-dos, so I'm glad we got to do it on our last day. We then headed over to the Maui chocolate tour. So this is kinda crazy. The guy who founded this place, Gunners, is a biophysicist who invented the first rapid visual pregnancy test. He decided that he wanted to grow cacao on Maui despite it not being native to the island. While I don't know how I feel about somebody super rich coming to Maui to grow plants that aren't native, what I do think is cool is that 100% of the company's net profits go back to over 40 local Maui charities, including Lahaina Fire Relief. The factory is also 100% solar powered because their covered parking structure collects power. We went on a guided 1.5-hour tour where we got to see the farm and do a fun chocolate tasting. Riley was a great tour guide and super informative. We grabbed a Napa iced coffee on the way out, which wasn't bad, but honestly, my palate was kind of blown out from the chocolate tasting. We also got a cold brew with lemongrass flavored chocolate coating the cup for free because the baristas were testing it out. For dinner, we decided to go to one last food truck park, Honoapilani Food Truck Park in Lahaina. We bought some really delicious papaya that I ate back at the hotel later. We also bought a spicy poke bowl and fish tacos from Hooked. This wasn't bad, the quantity was a good amount for the price, but I still personally was thinking about how much I loved the poke nachos from the other day. Our very last stop had to be Ululani's one more time. We got the ulu size again with ube ice cream and a snow cap. It was a really long wait, but we got on the line right before closing and it was so worth it. This was my favorite vacation ever and I'm so glad I got got to share everything we ate with you. These local businesses are so deserving of your dollar, and I can't wait to hopefully visit them again in the future. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions or suggestions for the next time I'm here, I'd love to see them in the comments. Catch you next time!